Today we're going to make some stuffed zucchini boats. This time of year, if you have a garden and you grow zucchini, it's everywhere. It's all over the farmers markets and in the grocery stores. And this is a nice way to use zucchini. You can make this as a side dish or as a main dish. Today we're going to make it as a side dish. So what you do to start off is you take your zucchini and give them a rinse and just trim off the flower end and a little bit of the stem end. And then you're going to cut it in half lengthwise. And then you're going to hollow out the seeds. And I just use a grapefruit spoon to do that. And just drag it through the zucchini and get rid of the middle where the seeds are. And that will give us a nice channel to put our stuffing. So once you've cleaned that out, you can put it into your baking dish. And this has been sprayed with a little bit of non-stick cooking spray. And then we're going to go to the stove and make the filling for the zucchini boats. All right, so in this pan, I've got a little bit of olive oil that's heated over medium-high heat. And now I'm adding a chopped shallot. You could also use a small onion and a little bit of garlic. And we're just going to saute that for a couple of minutes until it's nice and soft. And then to add that, I have a tomato here that I've peeled and seeded. You could also use a drained can of diced tomatoes if you wanted, but usually by the time your zucchini are coming on in your garden, your tomatoes are coming along too, so it's a good way to use up your tomatoes as well. This doesn't need to cook for too long. And then I've got here just a teaspoon of mixed Italian seasoning, and then I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of freshly ground black pepper. Now we're just going to bring this together. And let it simmer for a minute or two just to get rid of some of the extra juices. And then we're going to stuff the zucchini with this. Now we're ready to put the filling into the zucchini. So first I'm just going to lightly season the hollowed out zucchinis with just a pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper. And then we're going to add our tomato mixture to the channel that we made. If you wanted this to be a main dish, you could stir in some cooked ground beef or ground turkey, and it would give you a little bit more protein. Or if you wanted to add something to keep it vegetarian, but to give you some more protein, you could stir in some drained lentils or chickpeas as well. So we've got our channels now filled with the tomato mixture. And we're just going to make sure it all stays inside. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of grated mozzarella cheese. There's lots of different ways you could change the flavor profile of these stuffed zucchini. This is kind of an Italian version. If you wanted, you could do a Mexican version with oregano and some chili powder and maybe some Monterey Jack cheese to top it. But this is a nice way to do it as well. So I've got the cheese on the top, and then I'm going to pop this into the oven for about 20 minutes. And we want the zucchini to be nice and soft and the cheese to be all bubbly and melted. And the oven right now is set to 400 degrees. Okay, so our zucchini has just come out of the oven. The cheese is all bubbly, and if you take a fork and pierce the zucchini, it's nice and soft. And you can serve this, like today I'm going to serve this as a side dish. And before I do that, I'm just going to garnish it with a little bit of fresh basil. And then it's ready to serve. And I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.